Good evening, and welcome to watching me rant about Donald Trump for about 3 or 5 minutes, talking about things that I have no control over and possibly cannot change. Why am I talking about Donald Trump? Well, for one thing, it's a moral outrage that he's allowed to run for president. I mean, he has no idea what he's doing. And to prove my point, here's a video.
Trump bringing his deal-making to Washington to convince Republican leaders to get on the Trump train. His pitch for unity, simple.
No matter what you have, you're going to have differences. If you agree on 70%, that's always a lot.
Trump hopes that works on House Speaker Paul Ryan, who has yet to support the presumptive GOP nominee.
This election's too important to go into an election at half strength. That means we need a real unification of our party.
Trump, who threatened to bounce Ryan as convention chair, now with a charm offensive.
Paul is a good person. I don't know Paul well, and I think it's part of the meeting we have to get to know. Don't forget, he knew everybody else because they're governors, they're senators. I am a businessman.
A businessman who loves to brag about his billions.
He's an idiot. He's a menace to society. Things that he say should put him in jail. I'm just going to say it. He makes racist comments, sexist comments, and I don't know how he's been able to go on this long with growing popularity. It's insane to me, America. What is going on? Who does this affect, though, if Donald Trump becomes president? Well, pretty much everybody. I mean, you have the American public, you have Mexican immigrants, and pretty much any immigrant. They're all the same to Donald Trump. You have Syrian refugees that want to come to America to escape the Islamic terrors that are going on in their home country. And pretty much anyone that has contact with America. So everybody. Who disagrees with Donald Trump, though? I mean, he's Donald Trump. Who wouldn't? You'd be insane to disagree with him. In my personal opinion, you're insane to vote for him. But, for starters, the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church disagrees with Donald Trump on some of the very key points that Donald Trump campaigns on. Like, I don't know, letting in Syrian refugees. The Catholic Church has taken a very prominent standpoint on thinking that America should let in refugees. But Donald Trump says no. He wants to put a temporary ban on immigrants and completely contradict the founding principles of this country. This country was founded on the idea that no matter who you were, where you came from, or what background you had, you were able to come to America and start over and build something with your life. But enough about the Pope. Let's talk about religious values that are being violated by Donald Trump. Natural law is being violated because it goes against human nature to let our country implode if Donald Trump becomes president. It's against human instinct. The new law, more importantly, the golden rule, the love thy neighbor like you love yourself rule, that one Jesus taught us, is being violated here. Because if Donald Trump were in the Syrian refugees or Mexican immigrants or anyone that Donald Trump's offended positions, Donald Trump would have a different perspective on things. How would Donald Trump like it if I said, you can't come to America and I'm going to build a wall in your face, ha ha, and just to add insult to injury, you're going to pay for it because that makes sense. Or what if I said, oh, the death toll keeps rising in your country as your homes become destroyed and you become terrorized to even walk outside. You can come here, but I won't let you because I don't understand how global politics work. But not only is the new law being violated, church law is being violated because the Catholic Church has taken a standpoint on this issue. Donald Trump doesn't care. The Pope has come out and said that building walls is not Christian. Although the irony is that the Vatican does have walls around it. That's not the point I'm talking about here. Is running for president a sinful act, though? No. Is campaigning on hate a sinful act? You tell me. Thing is that Donald Trump is campaigning to achieve power. What he wants is to become president. More importantly, what he wants is for people to stop thinking that he has tiny hands. I'm not saying that he does, but I mean, come on, have you seen his hands? They're ridiculously small. His intent is to gain power through putting down other people. He will push anyone down to put himself up higher and just promote hate, and it makes me sick. I'm tired of it. I'm done with Donald Trump. To what circumstances is he committing this sin? Well, it's the Republican we've had a terrible primary season. The Republican Party is gone to shit. I mean, we've got candidates like Donald Trump and Jeb Bush and John Kasich who try to represent this party and have no idea what it means to be a conservative Republican. Honestly, I'm pretty sure John Kasich doesn't know how to spell conservative because he's so far from it. But that's besides the point. What qualifies Donald Trump's campaigning on hate as a sin, though? Well, I'm going to quote a very famous document that kind of founds the entire Catholic Church. Well, it doesn't found, but it embodies it. It's called the Catechism. I hope you've heard of it. Well, it quotes, and I quote, participating directly and voluntarily in them. Donald Trump's voluntarily participating in his own campaign to run for president. And that is one of the key things that makes it a sin. What type of sin is this, though? Well, it's a sin of anger. Donald Trump is angry that this country is gone to shit. And frankly, I am too. But the way Donald Trump talks about rebuilding this country is not the right way. He wants to make America great again, but he's making America great again by completely changing it. America is like a machine. It's not a business, and he plans to run it that way, and that's where he's wrong. America is a machine in a way that you don't need to completely get a new one if it's broken down. You just need to fine-tune some parts, rebuild, and renew the old values that have been implemented in this country when it was founded. But more importantly, where does the church stand on this? I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The freaking Pope does not like Donald Trump. And I know that you can say he does, and that, well, it's the Pope and it's separation of church and state. But the Pope is supposed to represent the most moral values that there are, being not only a good Christian, but a good person. And if he doesn't agree with what Donald Trump is saying, that should be a red flag. Because Donald Trump is not a good person. He is not morally just. What are some vices that are present in this sinful act? Well, the ones that I could think of were pride, because, I mean, come on, it's Donald Trump. And more importantly, wrath. Because I don't know about you, but I don't think Donald Trump is going to become a peaceful president if he becomes the president of the United States in the 2016 election. Donald Trump is promoting hate and violence, and he is inciting violence. He says if people that don't agree with him are in his protests and rallies, that other Trump supporters can hit them and they'll pay for the court fees. That's insane. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just insane. But with every vice, there is a virtue that is needed. And it's kind of sad that there are more virtues than vices. Some virtues to name are virtues of charity, kindness, and especially humility. Because like I said, it's Donald I say a bad word Trump. right here. He doesn't know how to be humble. It's not wired in his brain. What can be done to stop Donald Trump? Frankly, nothing. I mean, he's going to win the Republican. He's the presumptive candidate for the Republican Party. The only thing that can be done is to vote against him. Vote for Hillary Clinton. And that makes me want to throw up that I'm advocating for her, but that's the only way. It's a lose-lose situation, but you lose more with Donald Trump. How do we get about reaching out to organizations that would help with our cause? Well, I just advertised her once, but I'll advertise her again. You go to www.com, or that's not even a website, www.hillaryclinton.com. You can register to vote for Hillary Clinton. And honestly, that scares me that I have to say that. And that I have to say it 3 times because I don't understand how many W's are in a website link. But Donald Trump is not suited to be president. He won the Indiana primary and became the presumptive candidate. And now we're screwed. That's all we have. I'm at a loss for words at how upset this makes me. That from the beginning, he was the outsider, the underdog, and he was able to climb to the top with millions and millions of idiotic supporters. I hope my words have inspired you today to not vote for Donald Trump. In fact, I want you to vote against Donald Trump because he's not making America great. In fact, I think my mission would make America great. Thank you.